Hey guys, welcome to the Thinker Circle. And it's your brother here, Zolisa, checking in as always, baby.
Checking in with the queen, of course.
The queen, the fine girl.
Yes.
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 The fine girl.
Hello.
The fine girl.
Hello.
The fine girl.
Yes.
Anyway, we just want to say thank you so much, guys, for taking your time to watch all our videos. And we thank you for even choosing us. I mean, there are many YouTubers out there who are putting up a great content. And we feel blessed that you chose to share some of your time with us.
Yeah.
You, temporary visitor. We watching you.
Yeah, we can see.
Why is you watching
temporal.
and not is you subscribe?
Why is you the temporal? Why is you the coming back and the coming back and the coming back and then not subscribing?
You is not the like us.
You is the hate.
C.
You is the haters.
Anyway, thanks so much, guys. Please don't forget to subscribe, share, comment. Let's be interactive. Anyway.
Yes.
You know, I have been thinking to myself that since we have been in this relationship, trying to make it work for 6 years now, right?
Yeah, almost 6 years.
Almost 6 years now. Damn, there are a lot of things that we have learned about being in a relationship.
Yeah.
So I want us to talk about some of those things. For example, I never thought that being in a relationship was such a hard work.
It is hard work. It's not hard work, but it is hard work, if you know what I mean.
Well, yeah, still it is hard work.
It is hard work.
You know?
It is work. Yeah.
I used to think that a boy meets a girl. They have a chemistry. They fall in love. They go on dates. They live happily ever after.
And that's it.
You know, so never thought that, this journey will make you really work hard. In fact, Zindatu likes to say that, I don't want to be in a relationship because relationships are just hard work.
They are hard work.
So I want us to talk really about some of the things that we have learned on this journey, and maybe also here and there some of the things that we struggled with while we were in the transitioning phase.
Yeah.
So what would you say are some of the things that you have learned?
You know what? The first one is it's common. Everyone always speaks about it, but I feel like sometimes people don't take it serious, which is it's the foundation of a relationship, which is communication. We always talk about communication. I mean, communication is very important, not just in an intimate relationship, but in every relationship, you know? So without communication, honestly, that relationship is dead. Yeah. It's very important. And you know what? It's not even about like, you find yourself communicating about everything, like literally everything. And that's how it should be. You have to be transparent in a relationship. That's one of the things that I have learned, because I have learned that I always communicate everything with you, and you are the first person that I always speak to about something that is happening in my life or that I want to share, with someone. You always the first one, And it's funny because even like your day, since we're not living together, you always tell me about your day. Not necessarily, you don't even plan to tell. It's not like it's something that you plan that, okay, I'm gonna tell Diny I'm gonna do this and this, but it just happens like naturally. You tell me, baby, I'm going there, baby, I'm doing this, baby, I'm doing that. That's just the good communication in our relationship, because we are so used to like communicating about everything. So if you have that solid foundation of communication, I think then you got it right.
Yeah, true. I totally agree with that. You're gonna have to communicate.
Yeah.
And I'm not just talking about that first phase level
Yeah,
communication.
hey baby, how
No.
are you? What are you doing? That's nothing.
No,
Yeah,
you know,
that's
a
nothing.
relationship with a man or woman is going to force you to communicate at
Yeah.
a deeper level.
Yeah.
And to try and eliminate barriers
Yeah.
as much as you can. I never thought that, you know, communication would be such an important requirement in a
Yeah.
relationship,
Yeah,
you
it
know.
is. It
And
is.
sometimes communication also requires you to say less and listen more. You know, so the good thing about being in a one of the good things about being in a relationship is that it requires or it enforces a lot of growth in you. You
Yeah.
have to grow,
Yes.
you know, because you're dealing with another person
Yeah.
and you don't know the mind or the thoughts of this other person, and this
Yeah.
other person doesn't also know your thoughts and your mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's only when you guys communicate at a deeper level that you can sometimes reach a common ground of understanding.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
Yeah, that's true.
that's deep, right?
That's deep. That's too deep.
And the other thing that I've learned was sacrifice.
Yeah.
Sacrifice.
Yeah.
You know,
You have to sacrifice.
a lot.
Yeah.
Lot. You know, sometimes we are very self-centered. We only think about ourselves. And ever since we've been together for this long, my goodness, I cannot recall how many times whereby I am required not just to think about myself. I have to think about you, your feelings, your emotions, and also it's a good thing though because it teaches you to be responsible and disciplined because you know that now whatever the way you choose to act, it's not just only going to impact you.
Yeah.
There's another
Another
person
person
involved.
Yeah.
You know, so you get pushed to learn how to sacrifice some of the things that you would want to do for the other person.
Yeah.
And for me personally, I struggled with it in the beginning, but now there are times when I look at it and do it, and it really feels good, you know, to not just put myself all the time, but to put you,
another person,
you know, and try to protect you from whatever stupidity that I may do.
Yeah. 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 That's true, baby. And another one is patience.
Oh, yes.
I think that's something that you have learned a lot.
Oh,
When it comes to our relationship, you're the one who had to learn how to be patient. Patience is very important because obviously there's someone that you're living with, and sometimes they don't think the way you think. They don't do things the way you do them. So you have to be patient.
yeah.
You really have to be patient. You were so impatient.
Yeah,
You were so impatient, but
That
you
is
have
actually one
learned
of
in that
my
area.
character flaws.
Yeah.
I am very impatient.
Yeah.
But really, your presence in my life has really forced me not to be patient, but to try and think for other people.
Yeah.
Because one of the things that you always remind me, and it's a good reminder that not everybody thinks like me,
Yeah.
not everybody sees the world the
world.
way I do see it. So
Yeah.
whenever you say that, it helps me to pause a little bit and try to understand how the other person sees the world, you know. And it has also made him or forced me to be open-minded, you know, because no longer now I want to be right all the time, because sometimes I do understand that you can genuinely not get it the way I get it, you know, and with you I know that if I give you time or find simple ways of explaining whatever I want you to understand, sometimes I notice that you do get it. And if I give you certain time or a period of time for you to understand it, you eventually get it.
Yeah.
But I just think generally speaking, if you have a woman in your life, you're gonna be patient. There's no other way around it. Women will force you to be patient.
Exactly. And sometimes you just have to be patient on simple things. Just me preparing myself and getting ready. Maybe we're going out for lunch. You know that I have to put makeup on. And makeup takes
It
time.
takes days.
Exactly.
Even
so
this one.
have
You
to
see this makeup, you too, like,
Don't lie. So you have to be patient.
I was waiting. I used to be irritated in the beginning.
Exactly. Yeah,
Like,
you used to
seriously.
be so irritated.
I would be so irritated because, me and Time are good friends.
Yeah, but you have to learn that there's a woman around
Yeah.
you. So I don't just put foundation or moisturizer and then I'm done. I have to do my brows.
Yeah.
I have to put eyelashes on. So it takes
That's
time.
why I'm saying, having a person, in this scenario, a woman in your life, really, if you are a person who's willing to look at it positively, it can change you, because
Yeah.
sometimes I surprise myself when instead of just nagging you to finish off, maybe I'll just take a book and read while you
Exactly.
are busy with your stuff.
Yeah.
And in that 20 minutes you're busy with your makeup, I'm soaking up knowledge,
Exactly.
Yeah, so it can really impact your life in a positive way. The other thing that I've learned is that it's important not to lose sense of individualism. One of the things, I think this is one of the mistakes that we tend to make in a relationship, is you become a couple, right?
Yeah.
And then you do everything together.
Together.
You lose the sense of individualism.
Yeah.
For example, in our case, you like going out with girls. I don't necessarily like to be in the presence of your girls.
Yeah.
So I allow you that space.
Yeah.
I give you that space to go and do things that you as an individual sometimes you find you are in love with. And also the things that me as an individual that I am in love with. Somebody once shared with me that he and his woman, they read together. They do spend time together in bed reading books. And I said to that person, that's really cute, but for me, I want that space alone.
Yeah.
You know,
To do your thing alone.
alone. Yeah. I love getting lost in literature, in studies, and when I'm in that zone, I don't want to be disturbed. I love you, but that is my personal space.
Exactly.
Yeah. That is one of the things that a lot of people miss, and I guess that's why sometimes over time relationships, they tend to be boring.
Yeah,
or
because you do things together
all
all
the
the
time.
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good to give someone space and do their own thing, because at the end of the day we can be in a relationship, but I'm Dineo, you are Zolisa.
Yeah, that's true.
So we are individuals.
Beautifully articulated.
Yeah,
Can you
baby.
repeat that again? Repeat it. Repeat. Repeat, Mama Funnies. Say it again.
I'm Dineo, you are Zolisa.
Yeah.
We are individuals, so
Yeah.
we don't do everything like together. We both
All
like
the time.
different things. Some of the things that we like, they are different. So it's good that one does her thing alone and his thing alone.
Yeah.
So,
And I think the tricky part here is how to have these personalities balance on a razor's edge. I think it gets so tricky because some people, they can be extreme in giving each other freedom to such a point that it becomes very difficult to reconcile. So we have to be careful in how we articulate this point. We're not saying that there should be freedom, go do whatever you want to do, to such a point that now it becomes very difficult for you guys to reconcile.
Or you just decide, I'm going wherever without communicating, No, that would be a problem. But sometimes, like, let's say it's weekend, let him go out with the boys or something. If that's what he enjoys, let him go out with the boys and be with your girls, or do something else, go see your family, or do whatever that you like as well, but give each other space, so that you can have that time to miss each other as well,
sure.
and you look forward to going home and actually spending time with this person and telling him or her about your day.
And the other thing, baby, that I'm thinking about, damn, you look beautiful. Sure.
Thank you, lovely.
I'm looking at you there. Anyway, the other thing that I'm thinking about that I have learned, and I think this is the important, if somebody were to ask me how to rate this thing, I would say number one. I have noticed that my words tend to impact you deeply than anybody's else language.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the thing that I've learned over the years was I need to be careful with my language. You know, the things that I say to you, they tend to sting more than anybody else's language. You know, so over these years, I think you might be able to see how sensitive I am sometimes with my language to you. Even when I offer a criticism, it's a well calculated, well articulated criticism, because I know that, you know, it's very easy to be destroyed by the language of the person closest to you.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, because that person knows the weaker areas in you, and he or she can easily destroy you by the language he or she uses to you.
Yeah.
So that's something that I've had to learn a lot in our relationship.
Actually, this reminds me how like girls always share about their partners, how like they always speak, you know, carelessly and just saying, are you fat, or are you this, you know, and that actually like it damages someone's life, because they can have low self-esteem because of what you said. And I mean, whatever that you say, even if like you're saying it like trying to bring up my spirit, and you just say, oh baby, you're so beautiful. The fact that you said that, I don't care who says what out there, because my man thinks and he sees me as the most beautiful girl in the world, you know. So it's very important to be sensitive and not just say whatever word that you want to your partner.
Because it can have, you know, it can have a rippling effect on that person's not just self-esteem, but sense of worthiness. It can easily erode because
they can
of
easily
that.
feel useless and unworthy, you know.
So some of the things that I have really had to be mindful of, and I'm grateful for this thing, because even when I'm around other people, I switch on immediately and start calculating the things I want to say to other people, because it's very easy to be surrounded by other people and you blurt something out, and then that thing, it damages somebody else's sense of worthiness. So it's something that it's beautiful though, really beautiful. But overall, I would say all these changes are not negative changes. You know, these are beautiful things that helps you to grow, that shapes your character in ways that just are amazing when you think about it deeply.
And they don't just like make you, they make you grow to a certain point that you behave in a different way even out there, you know, because you have grown, and you're they make you open your mind, and you know. And the other thing that I'm just thinking about it is that I don't have the desire to control you. And I don't ever feel like you also have a desire to control me. And I think that's one of the biggest mistakes couples do. You try to control each other. And you feel entitled to say whatever to the other person, and tell them, no, you can't do this, no, you can do this, you know. That's just controlling someone. Or you can't post this on Facebook, guy. You have to remember that you met this person and they had Facebook already. Unless they posting something that is going to affect people in a negative way, then you just show them that no, this is not right, you know. But you can't control and say, hi baby, so don't post me on your Facebook. Why? If your partner wants to post you, let them post you, because that's how they feel, or they want to post whatever, you know.
I never thought that something like that existed until I heard it from a couple of people who were close to me, that
it does happen.
I was really shocked that other people, women, so to speak, some of them, before they post something on their socials, they need a boyfriend's or husband's approval. Really? Damn.
That's really sad.
It is sad, and I think it just brings a lot of unnecessary arguing and unhappiness in your relationship. That's something personally I just don't have a desire to do, because I don't want to control you. I'm comfortable with you seeing things differently from my way of seeing things, but as long as we can work towards reconciliation, because it's possible to reconcile
Yeah.
sometimes different views
Yeah.
without bickering and arguing, hating each other, you know. So me personally, I am really comfortable with that.
Yeah.
And I always encourage you to think about things at a deeper level. Even sometimes we don't reach the same conclusion,
Yeah.
but we do find you know, some ground of
Yeah.
reconciling our different views.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, do you have anything more to add?
No, baby. I think we're good.
All right.
Yeah.
So-
Anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next video. Please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Let's close it, baby.
Let's wrap it. Peace out.
out.